Welcome back to Outlaw Woodworking. Today it's all about installing a water service up to this house, and I got about a 200-foot run, and you can see right down here. When I first did the foundation, I put a sleeve underneath the whole foundation, up under the house, and it's about 5 feet deep. And what we want to do is we want to have most of this at 5 feet deep, and then we're also going to put a sleeve over the top of the water line. And yeah, we're going to tie into, I have a water line that goes down to my shop down there, and it basically goes from up there down there. Now you can see I've already started digging it, and I've got the majority of this 5 feet deep. And so right now what we're going to do is we got about another 40 feet to do. So we're going to get to digging that with the Bobcat E60 and see if we can't locate this other water line, which I know where it's at. I just got to make sure and not hit it or break it. And yeah, so let's get started.
There he goes, it's a working man. He's trying to make a living any way he can. And he'll break his back for $1 or $2. Oh, there ain't no shame in what he do. Oh, work it out.
Okay, the first thing I got to do is sleeve this through that. Run this line. Run this line up through this sleeve. Now this water line, like I said, we're going to encase it in plastic. So it goes up through this Schedule 40. Because it's going to go up through here. Up under the house, and then we're also going to encase it in some corrugated plastic. But for right now, the first thing we're going to do is get this thing rolled up through there, which isn't always easy, especially when it's in a coil. Now what I'll do is I'll just roll some of it out first. Definitely don't want any rocks in this thing. Now what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to tape the end of it just so I don't get any more rocks in it, because some did get in it. And then I'll roll some of this out. See, the other end had a cap on it, but that one didn't have one, so you definitely want to roll it out as opposed to coiling it. So I'm going to roll some of it, and then peel away some of it. Okay, let's see if we can't get this thing to go up through there. If we did everything right, this thing will slide right up there. Okay, you'll see right there, I got the water line up through the sleeve, and it's coming up into the house. So what I need to do is go ahead and go under the house. We're going to go ahead and put a valve on, and I'll show you how I do that. So right here I got an 1.25" ball valve, and here's the adapter for the plastic pipe. I also have a stainless steel sleeve that goes inside the pipe. Now what I do, first thing I do is Teflon tape it and go counterclockwise. That way when you're screwing in the fitting into the valve, the tape doesn't come off. You don't have to put a lot. I basically put a couple wraps, and then I put Teflon paste on top of this thread. Pretty generous amount. And then I basically thread it in. Now, you want to make sure that when you're closing this valve, so I know that it's going to be sticking like that, so I want the valve to be able to close like that, straight down. So we're going to go ahead and thread this onto here. It's better to do as much as you can outside the ditch. So I'm going to use this pipe wrench. I'm basically going to back up this valve. And I use these big channel locks to tighten this thing up. Now I find by using the Teflon tape and the pipe dope, I never get a leak. Okay, that's pretty damn tight. So we're gonna take this and our pipe wrench and we don't need the pipe dope or anything, but we'll take the stainless steel sleeve and a wrench and go in there and put this on. Okay, the fun job, crawling under the house. Now I'm gonna end up having it right there, and then I'm gonna be able to go both ways with my line. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it right here. Actually, I need to pull out this other pipe first. There. Get that one out of the way. You want a nice square cut. And that's nice and clean. Make sure there's no dirt in your fitting. Slide the fitting over first. Make sure that's all clean. Then insert your stainless steel piece. And you want to face this the way you want it. So I want it right there. So I'm going to leave it right there. Make sure that's all the way on. And we're going to tighten that up. Okay, that's pretty tight. Off with the valve. And that's rock solid. Ready to go for when we come back. Okay, there you can see I got it exposed. And basically the reason I have this much exposed is so that I can bend that pipe and put it up into that T. So now I'm going to go prepare the T and get it ready. First thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to come over here to my meter. And we're going to shut this thing off. You can see it's got a foam cover on it. Keeps the snow and stuff out. Right here, I'll shut it off. Okay. Now before we cut that thing, I'm going to go down and drain out the line. Okay, next up we're going to do the same thing with the T. Teflon tape. Teflon paste. Okay, now it's ready to hook up. Okay, we measured the gap between the T, between here, and we got about 4 1/4. So we're gonna take out, we got a little flexibility. We're gonna take out about 4 1/8 out of that thing, and we're gonna be right in the middle of this ditch. So probably that'll be our first cut right there. And I like to be careful with this T not to get it all dirty. A little water in the line. Should quit pretty quick. Okay, we're going to take out 4 1/8, which is right about there. The nice thing about this tool, it makes a nice square cut. Okay, next up, we're going to make sure we don't have any dirt in here. We're going to put both of our pieces on. And that went on nice. Go ahead and put this side on. Now here's where you want to make sure it's really clean and you don't have any dirt. Next up, we're going to we're going to take our metal sleeves, make sure they're nice and clean. Put those in each end. So we do have a little flex there, which is kind of nice. Okay, I do notice a little dirt on here. And that's ready to go. And there you go. That went on really nice. You can tell it's in all the way. I'm going to do one side first, if I can find my wrenches. All right, that one's on tight. Make sure that's in all the way. We'll tighten up this side. Okay, next up is to put our main line in. And I'm gonna cover up that until I get there. Okay, now we can turn the water on and test it. A good way to tell if anything's leaking is your actual dial on your meter. So here I go, I'm gonna turn it on. Take it a little slow at first. And there you go. Now you can see I've got the whole thing, got the corrugated plastic on it. My batteries went dead, so I didn't really video that. But the whole water line's covered with the 4-inch corrugated. And now we're gonna bed this whole thing. We're gonna bed the whole thing with sand. And anywhere we see any rock that could damage it, we get that out. So we'll put in probably, I don't know, a couple feet of sand, but I left the water line on overnight, and she's rock solid, not even a drip. So we're gonna go ahead and bury it up. This video is too long, so I'm not gonna bother filming me burying it. But yeah, installing a water line, 200 feet long, corrugated plastic, brass fittings. It should last the rest of my life. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I really appreciate it. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Later.
There he goes, it's a working man. He's trying to make a living any way he can. And he'll break his back for $1 or $2. Oh, there ain't no shame in what he do.